na min shawarar fara tazarar sai sai na ɗauki tsarin da zai
This is Freedom Global News.
President Muhammad inaugurates commercial oil production in federal government tomorrow. State governments and on the foreign workers find more survivors after Java earth. Good evening. Global News on 19. My name is Zahra Zannah, 2nd of November 2022, and now the news in full. President Muhammad Buhari production of crude integrated development project of Gombe and Bauchi, the Kolani project, oil prospections 809 and 810 live 8,000 barrels of crude oil per day and holds over 1 billion barrels of crude oil reserves, shooting up Nigeria's oil reserves to over 38 billion barrels. In his address at the event, Buhari, the facility attracted $3 billion worth of investments despite the lack of appetite in the oil sector. He added that the ceremony was important in the economic history of Nigeria. Governor of the Nigeria, CBN, Godwin Emefiele, unveil new 1,000 naira notes on Wednesday, November 23rd, 2022. Emefiele is known during the Apex Bank's Monetary Policy Committee monthly meeting in Abuja. According to him, the CBN once shifted its deadline for all old notes to be returned to commercial banks in exchange for newly designed ones. The CBN MPC also hiked monetary policy to 16.5% from 15.5%, while all other parameters remained unchanged. MF over 2022, the Apex Bank will issue redesigned 200, 500, and 1,000 naira notes effective December 15, 2022, while the new and existing currencies will remain legal tender and circulate together until January 31st, 2023. A federal high court in Abuja today ordered the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, to immediately resume the continuous voters registration CVR until 90 days before the 2023 general elections. Justice Inyeko, in a judgment, also directed the INEC to ensure that eligible Nigerians are not deprived the opportunity to have a voter's card for the forthcoming poll. Justice Ekwo held that it was the constitutional responsibility of the electoral umpire to make adequate provision for the exercise in accordance with the Nigerian laws. Anajat Salmad had sued INEC as sole defendant in a suit. In the originating summons filed before the court, the plaintiffs argued that INEC cannot stop the CVR contrary to the stipulated provisions of the Constitution. They urged the court to order the electoral umpire to resume the exercise in accordance with the law of the country. On sports, Imo State Governor Hope Uzodinma had said sports has the potential of uniting and making the society better. Muhammad Sani Uba has details of this and other sports updates.
The The governor spoke when he received Touch of Unity of the National Sport Festival, scheduled to hold in Delta State from November 28 in Government House, Owerri. Addressing sportmen and women, as well as Imo citizens who gathered to witness the ceremony, the governor said that the origin of the National Sport Festival is a deliberate policy by the federal government to unite the various sections of Nigeria immediately after the Nigerian Civil War in 1970, noting that it as signatories to the policy. Governor Hope Uzodinma said that it is incumbent on every well-meaning Nigerian to support the policy, and Imo State cannot be an exception. Similarly, Ondo State Sport Council has vowed to displace Delta and other states to top the medal table in this year's National Sports Festival, tagged Asaba 2022. Ondo State Sport Council General Manager Harry Babatunde said the state has provided the right motivation and incentives for its athletes to perform their best. Babatunde says some athletes that won medals for other states in previous competition have returned home to represent the state. Meanwhile, Super Eagles striker Victor Osimhen has been ranked as the second player with the highest shot on goal so far in the Italian Serie A this season. The Nigerian, who has been in blistering form for Napoli since returning from injury, scoring all his appearances, finished second behind Inter Milan Lautaro Martinez. In another update, Abdi and brilliant Saudi Arabia pulled up one of the biggest shocks in the World Cup history as they came from behind to stand two-time winners Argentina in a fantastic Group C opener. Ranked 51 in the world, Saudi Arabia could have been done and dusted in the first half as Lionel Messi opened the scoring from the penalty spot before Argentina had 3-goal rule out for offside. But the Green Falcons flipped the game on its head in a stunning 10-minute period after halftime. Saleh Al-Shehri leveling with the Alo effort and Salim Al-Dosari firing them ahead to spark pandemonium in the stand. They now have it all to keep alive their hopes of a first global triumph since 1986. Muhammad Sanuba, Freedom Radio.
Global News is coming to you from Freedom Radio 99.5 FM. You can send your comments, opinions, and watch us live on Freedom Radio Nigeria on Facebook.com. You can get the link to the page on our website, freedomradionig.com, or call us through this number, 0824444163. Welcome back. You're still listening to Freedom Global News on 99.5 FM. Kano State Governor Dr. Abdullahi Umar Ganduje has signed the law establishing the Special Needs Commission and 10 other laws during the session of the Kano State Executive Council today. Speaking shortly after signing the laws, Dr. Abdullahi Umar Ganduje added that the laws apply to government agencies and civil servants who will bring about development in various fields across Kano State. The laws include the law on the establishment of the Special Needs Commission, the Wadil University of Science and Technology, the law on prevention of pollution and the environment, the pension law, the Dangote Vocational Training School, and the first Karota Law of 2012 and its amendment, followed by the Abdullahi Wase Hospital Act, which is now a teaching hospital under the Yusuf Mai Tamasile University, and its transportation within the city of Kano and others.
So I believe after signing this law, all those stakeholders who are absolutely necessary for the implementation of these laws will be on the ground to ensure that the law achieves its objective. That is the only way that we can move our state forward. All the laws have been examined by Kano State Executive Council and then eventually passed to the State Assembly for approval. The State Assembly.
Government House correspondent Abba Isa Muhammad reports that the governor also received the new Commissioner of Police, Dauda Mamman, and the Chief Officer of NAFDAC in Kano, Qasim Idris Ibrahim, also visited the governor and asked for his cooperation in carrying out their work to monitor the quality of food and medicine in the state. For tomorrow's weather forecast in some cities in Nigeria and parts of Niger Republic, here's the report.
Kano tomorrow morning is expected to have partly cloudy sky and light wind at an average temperature of 13 degrees Celsius and later change to 21 degrees Celsius with sunny intervals and a gentle breeze. Katsina will experience a clear sky and light wind at an average temperature of 15 degrees Celsius and later change to 22 degrees Celsius with sunny intervals and a gentle breeze. Kaduna will have a clear sky and light wind at 16 degrees Celsius and later change to 23 degrees Celsius with sunny intervals and a gentle breeze. Abuja is expected to have a clear sky and light wind at 19 degrees Celsius and later change to 26 degrees Celsius with sunny intervals and light wind. Lagos will be misty and have light wind at 25 degrees Celsius and later increase to 27 degrees Celsius with sunny intervals and light wind. Moving to Niger Republic, Maradi is expected to have a clear sky and a gentle breeze at an average temperature of 15 degrees Celsius and later change to 23 degrees Celsius with sunny intervals and a moderate breeze. While Zinda we have a clear sky and light wind at 18 degrees Celsius and later increase to 23 degrees Celsius with sunny intervals and a gentle breeze. Here in Chate Mark, Freedom Radio.
On business, Muhammad Abba Abdullahi has updates.
The Monetary Policy Committee of the Central Bank of Nigeria today voted to increase the benchmark interest rate by 100 basis points to 16.5%, the highest since 2001. The CBN Governor Godwin Emefiele disclosed this while reading the communique of the last MPC meeting of the year on Tuesday, November 22nd, 2022. The MPC said the tightening will curb a higher rate of the inflation and restore investors' confidence, according to a report by the Nairametrics. The highlights of the MPC meeting included increase MPR by 100 basis points to 16.5%. The asymmetric corridor of plus 100 / minus 700 basis points around the MPR was retained. The CRR was retained at 32.5%, while the liquidity ratio was also kept at 30%. The Apex Bank has increased the MPR from 11.5% earlier this year to 15.5% across the 3 consecutive rate hikes. Inflation rates rose to 21.09% in October 2022 from 20.77% in the previous month. Meanwhile, the Tertiary Education Trade Fund has revealed that its revenue collection from 2021 used for its operations in the 2022 fiscal year dropped by 68 billion naira. The executive secretary of the fund, Sonny Echono, disclosed this in a one-day meeting of the heads of beneficial institutions and public tertiary institutions with the state funds. Echono said that the revenue collection dropped from 257 billion naira to 189 billion naira, adding that the drop in revenue amounted to 68 billion naira. He therefore said that despite of the drop, the fund was able to move from the 189 billion naira in 2021 to over 300 billion naira in 2022, adding the increase in collection was expected to increase disbursements to beneficiary institutions in 2023. Muhammad Abba Abdullahi, Freedom Radio.
And on the foreign scene, rescue workers in Indonesia are racing to reach people still trapped in rubble a day after an earthquake devastated a West Java town, killing and injuring hundreds of people as buildings collapsed. Hawa Adam Kiawa reports.
A police spokesman, Dedi Prasetyo, told Newsman today that hundreds of police officers were joining rescue efforts in the town of Siaju, closest to the epicenter of the shallow 5.6 magnitude quake. The town of 175,000 people is located in a mountainous area of West Java, Indonesia's most densely populated province. Prasetyo said today's main task order for personnel is to focus on evacuating victims. Disaster relief officials said the shallow trembler killed at least 268 people, many of them children, with 151 still missing. Disaster Agency Chief Suharyanto told reporters more than 1,000 people had been injured, 58,000 displaced, and 22,000 houses damaged. Head of National Search and Rescue Agency Basarnas Henry Alfiandi said that the landslides and rough terrain hampered rescue efforts today. West Java Governor Ridwan Kamil said authorities were operating under the assumption that the number of injured and deaths will rise with time. Hawa Adam Kiawa, Freedom Radio.
And with that, we've come to the end of today's Global News. On behalf of the entire production team and I, Zahra Zannah, thank you for listening.
Freedom Radio, clear Jama'a.